Hi friends, thanks for joining me tonight. We're going to do this fun design right here on SewWhatPro, and we're going to do it using just the border tool. Okay, and this is going to be a Christmas ornament or a winter ornament. It doesn't specifically have to be a Christmas tree. There's everything we need is in this border tool right here. And it's going to be a little bit like digitizing on SewArt because you have to pick your settings. But it looks like so far they have really nice default settings. So I haven't had to change anything. So let's just jump right in. All right. So what we're going to do first is we're going to grab this. We're going to just click on the border tool and we're going to choose this circle tool or the circle border. And we're going to do running outline. And we want our width, which is also our height in SewArt, to be low, and we want our stitch length to be high. And that's not the same for satin stitch. I believe it's the other way around for satin stitch. So with a running stitch as well as a bean stitch, this is a good setting. It's a really nice setting. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one of these down. We're going to click OK. And then we're going to go ahead and kind of morph it to how we really want it. I need it to be a perfect circle. So that's perfect enough for me. So this is our first stitch. This is going to be our die line. It's going to tell you where to place your fabric, your material. And we're going to go up here and we're going to click home. We're going to click copy. We're going to click out and then choose paste. And that's going to give us two of these. So the first one is going to be our die line. That's where it's going to show us where to place our material. And then the second one is going to be our tack down stitch. Okay? All right. So then after we have our material tacked down, we're going to go ahead and work on our tree. Let's go ahead and go back up to pattern, choose border again, and then in here we're going to go over almost all the way to the end, and you can choose any design you want for the middle. We are going to work specifically with a Christmas tree, and again we're going to keep this running outline. 2 and 30 is a good stitch for the running. We're going to click OK, and then we're going to bring her in. All right, so that's a cute little Christmas tree. It's ready to go. We're going to go up here to home and we're going to go copy, click out, choose paste, and we're going to type in here die line because that's what this is. It's die line, and then this is going to tell us where to put our applique fabric. And so this is going to be our second tack down. Oops. Guess I don't get an N. Okay. And so once we have had our second tack down, we're going to go ahead and go back into the border tool. Go border. And we're going to click on our little tree again. We're not copying it because we want this time, we want it to be a bean outline. Bean outline is really cute. These settings are still perfect for this. We're going to click OK. And then we're going to work it right over the top of that one. Oh no, darn it. I was working on the wrong one. How did I not notice? I thought it was weird. It was in white thread, but I just thought I didn't know what I was doing. Oh no. Okay. All right, so you want to get it right about on top of it as best as you can. And then from here, we're going to click out. We're going to go back up to the border. We're going to click the circle again. Our stitches are still good with this bean. We're going to click OK. And then, there we go. I'll move it up here so I don't accidentally grab the tree again. Okay. We want it to match our circle that we already have. So what this is going to do, so after our Christmas tree tack down, or final stitch, so let's do final stitch. Once that goes, we're going to take the hoop off of the machine. We're going to place some material on the back. I'm using felt. We're going to put felt on the back, and then we're going to put it back on the machine, and we're going to run this bean stitch twice to really kind of egg it in there. And I'm also going to show you when we do the design how to put like a ribbon in there so that it hangs. Okay, so let me keep doing. I don't know why I had to talking to you with my hands and you're not even with me. I could have been working the whole time. My boss always says, your mouth and your hands work at the same time? And I'm like, sometimes. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit outside because for some reason I can't get it to go right on it. Digitizing and editing sometimes just take finesse. Don't give up. Oh, there we go. That's going to be good enough for me. I'm not going to say anything about that. All right, so that's our bean stitch. And we're going to copy it, click out, paste, and then we're going to join everything together. So after each, I actually didn't consider how that was going to come out. Pattern, join all threads of same color. Oh, I know what I need to do. Because we want this bean outline to print, go around the world twice basically, I'm going to change the color. And we are going to join all threads of same color, or all adjacent threads of same color. It's going to do the same thing on here. Click OK. And this is going to give us everything until we get to that very last thing. So your design is going to come with two parts. It's going to do all of the applique and that final bean stitch around the tree. And then the next step is going to be when you put your stuff on the backing, or you put your material on the back, and then it does this double. Okay? So, and I think I'm just going to be kind of a little bit of a smartass, and we're going to see if this works. We're going to see if we can, once I've joined that one into two using a different color, can we then join all threads the same color and have one design instead, or one part. Let's see how this turns out. So let's go File. Nope, that's not how you do it. File, Save As. And I'm going to save it on my desktop as SWP Ornament. And it's going to save it as a PES for me, but you need to change it to your style, for obviously. Okay, and I'm going to choose Save. And I'll be back with you guys in a, oh, actually, you know, let me just go ahead and show you really quick, for those of you who don't know, how to get it from your machine to, or from the software. Well, we just saved it, so now it's saved onto our desktop from the software. So that's the first part of transferring it. And the second part is whenever you have your USB loaded or your machine loaded. For me, I have a cable on my machine, so this is what comes up, excuse me. But in your USB drive, you can have a USB thumb drive. So from here, I'm going to make all of this small, and right here on my desktop. I'm just going to grab it and drag it onto my machine. Okay, and so now it's on my machine. You can't see this, I'll show you in a second, but it's on my machine and I'm able to upload it and get started. It is showing just one whole joint. That's going to print everything out at once. It's not going to stop in between. So this is not correct way to do this design. All right. All right, well, now we know. So let's see if we can undo. Okay. I don't want I don't want to even have all those others joined. I want everything to print out on its own. So let's leave all of these here, but let's go ahead and join these two. Let's see, pattern, join, and join threads of same color starting at 6. We'll click OK and see what happens. Okay, so this should give us our bean stitch around the world twice. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay. All right, so now we know how the other one went. I'm really sorry for those of you guys who sat through that and didn't really find it valuable. I, sometimes just have to play around with things and see how it goes. So you can kind of see here the bean stitch setting up here and right there whenever you click on these guys. And so doesn't really show like this, but it'll show in like that background color. Anyways, so this is our design. We need to file, nope, that's not on here. File, save as, we're going to on the desktop, but let's do finished ornament. Choose save. All right, so now I'm going to delete this one because, well, no, actually, I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to leave it on there so I can show you guys the difference for anybody who is interested. Okay, so we just grab it and drag it into that folder. And now it's on my machine, ready to be uploaded. Yep, there we go. So we have six parts there. Okay, so I'll see you guys at the machine in a second, okay? All right, so this is the second design that we did. We have our die line, our tack down. Oops. Let's go through here. We have our die line, our tack down, and then we have our die line, our tack down, our final stitch, and then our double bean stitch at the end. So that's that design. We're going to click OK to delete that. Now this first design is whenever I joined all threads. It's just a C, and it literally joined all the threads and it stitched all out at the same time, which will still make a cute design, I think, but it's not going to give you the chance to put your ribbon in and put the backing on and stuff like that. So you don't want to do it like that if you want to make an ornament, but if you just want a regular little design like that, that wouldn't be so bad. All right, so let's get out of here. Go back to that one. And I have my hoopo loaded up with Pellon's Soft and Stay, I think is what it's called. It's a, it's a soft cutaway stabilizer, and I'm really sorry about my tripod and the movements around and stuff. I'm trying to get everything figured out. Okay. So this first one, I wish I could get everything in the same screen and you could still see everything. Well, you don't really need to see that end. So our first piece, our first part, we're going to go ahead and put that thing down. Oh, I don't have any felt cut. Oh yes, I do. Oh gosh, it's not. Dang it. All right, we're gonna try that again. For some reason, my thread came out. I don't know why. And this should just be a running stitch. Well, it's a little disappointing that I didn't think to go back, but since it's just the die line, it's really okay. So we're gonna put our piece of felt in here. We wanna make sure that it covers the whole thing, but you don't have to cover all the way down here and waste all that fabric. You can make sure it covers right up there. You can also draw out the shape, you know, and give it like a little lip, like a little 1/4 inch lip around it, and have it already be a circle, but this is much easier. Sandwiching it and then cutting it is much easier. Okay, and this is step 2. This is our tack down stitch. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the Christmas tree. So this is step number 3. This is our die line for the Christmas tree. And I'm just going to use this cute little piece of gingham. And I wish I didn't throw away the packaging that it came in, but it was like $4 for an entire yard of gingham fabric at Walmart. Okay. There's our die line. You can barely tell, but I don't want to move the camera too much. But we're going to go ahead and lift up our presser foot. Put our fabric down. This is our piece of applique fabric. And put that down, and it's going to give us a tack down. So it's going to put stitching down to hold the design down, hold the fabric down. And it's going to stitch it in the same design as the tree. Okay, so this part, we're going to pop it off of the machine. And then we're going to take our, with your brother, I'm not sure about other sewing machine or embroidery machines, but with your brother, you should have gotten these tiny little scissors that came with them. Ew, what's that? Ew, there's something gross on my scissors. Okay, I won't show you that side. So you want to take this, and you want to go and you want to cut around it. It's okay if the cutting is sloppy because this is kind of like a rustic kind of design. But if you want it to be really, really nice around the edges, you'll want to apply some kind of material stabilizer like, oh, why can't I think of it right now? Heat and Bond Light. Heat and Bond Light will make your stuff much sturdier. So I'm not going to make you guys sit through me cutting, so I'll be right back whenever I've got that all done. Alright, so it's all cut out around it, and it's ready for us to put back in here and do that cute bean stitch around the edge to kind of just finish it off. Okay. You can't see that. Okay, so from here, let's get a good look at this guy. So let's see. It's hard to show you the finishing very well on here, but it looks a little bit more hand sewn. So that's kind of the whole idea. Don't know if you can see through there or anything. It's supposed to look like big stitches. So from here, we're going to turn it over. We're going to tape our ribbon in up here, and then we're going to put our next piece of felt over it, and then we're going to run that final stitch. Okay, so let me get the ribbon ready. So I just have a piece, probably about 6 or 7 inches long. It's probably too long. Let's go ahead and, just loop it as much as you want. Tie it into a little knot on the bottom. And then just get some clear tape. Okay, I would just use a regular masking tape, but for some reason I can't find any. All I can find is this shipping tape. It's super annoying. So put it right in the middle. Tape it up on top really good. You don't want to tape it in there unless you don't mind getting it stuck in there. But you want to tape it on top. And then I need to cut another piece of felt really quick, and I'll be right back to show you the rest. Okay, so we have this piece, we have our new piece with something weird on it. Let's pull it up to match that bottom, and then we're going to tape it on the bottom and then on the sides up here at the top, okay? Gosh, I really wish I had masking tape. Not only is this stuff just way big, it's really loud. Okay. Okay, so put it right down here on the bottom under the stitching. And then one up here on the top, on the side. My other piece got messed up. Okay. And then we're going to flip it upside down. Push it under there nice and easy. You can lift up this if you need to. Okay. And now I'm going to reach up there and make sure that my felt is in fact still up in that direction. All right. And now we're going to run that the final stitch. Okay guys, This is what it looks like off of the hoop, off of the machine. So as you can see, your little knot got stuck in there, and we have a really nice stitching around the edges. It got off track, like it looked like it was going to in SewWhatPro, but I kind of think that's cute. Also, you don't have to do this bean stitch. If you just want to keep copying the running stitch, you can always come and put lace or like rickrack or something around the edges. You don't have to be stuck to the stitch being your edge. So I hope that makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this out of here and pull all of those things away. And we're going to cut, in order to not cut this off, we have to cut it last. So you can see the green through here pretty much. Just come down here and kind of create a bottleneck. And when you get to the other side, you're going to do the same thing. So I don't think this is a 1/4 inch. I think this is more like, an 1/8 of an inch around the edges. I think I said 1/4 inch earlier if you wanted to pre-cut your circles. Oops, sorry. See, so much easier to do it as a sandwich. And then here, we can just pull that completely, take that tape off, pull it over to the side. That way we definitely aren't going to cut it. And then let's just do like that. And then we pretty much got everything out of the way. No big heavy thing to cause us weird cutting. Okay, and then we'll pull this to the front and finish it off. And now it's all done. There's our cute hanging ornament. Now if you wanted to get even more clever, you could put names in here. You could, glue stuff on here to make it really cute. All kinds of fun stuff. And here's the back. Not sure why it's seated on the side, but I'm not complaining. Let's see. There we go. So there's the back side. There's the front side. You can do this with a combination of different stuff. And if you add another layer of felt to the back or the front, it's going to be a lot more sturdy. And much nicer. But this is still super cute, super easy, and everything you need to make this design is in SewWhatPro. So that's really, really cool. I saw gingerbread in there as well, and I'm not really sure what else was in there, but there's a bunch of different shapes in there you can try too. So I hope that this was helpful and fun for you guys. It was definitely fun for me. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.